Just getting up out the car to show you this. That's the moon tonight, bro. You can't really see much else. Well, not that I don't think you can see it, but that I can see pretty damn well. It's 5 in the morning. It's like a bloody second sun, so it's so cool. I can see pretty much everything. Anyhow, I'm going back to the car. It's frickin' freezing out here, and I'm gonna start it up for a bit and then go back to sleep. Ciao. Oh, Morena. I'll see if I can fix this camera a bit. That's a bit better. Yeah, you can kind of see Tori's cut here. Just there. Yeah, about there. Cut with stitches. But yeah, she's healing up really well. She had a good night last night. Even the afternoon she was like definitely back to herself. Yeah, no, can't knock it. She's eating good. She's pretty much back to her old self, apart from after when she has her meds. Then she's a bit wobbly, but I think it's just a painkiller anyway. So, but she'll have a nap, go back to sleep pretty much straight away. Yeah, so going forward, this segment I'm going to call the morning ramble with Mr. Campbell. I'm not going to upload it with my other day-to-day footage. This stuff is just more for me. It's my therapy pretty much, I reckon. Just talking about what I'm going through and what's happening, and I mean, you're more than welcome to hang around and watch, but I think what happens a lot is people click my videos expecting to see yeah, some nice footage of, like, yeah, I don't know, like seals and, you know, nature and things like that, but in reality it's not all about that. So, but what I'm gonna do is do the morning ramble with Mr. Campbell, and then I'll do like a part 1 and a part 2 of the day. I think this is day 19 of me living in the car with my 2 dogs. It is day 19 actually. I'm in Waipariki. It's a beautiful beach. Yeah, but yeah, going forward, I think what was happening was people were clicking my videos seeing this guy ramble on about crap for, I don't know, I'd be lucky if I hung around for 10 seconds and then clicking off, and I understand that. That's fair enough. So if you're all about that life and want to watch like a bit more of my day-to-day stuff, yeah, there'll be 2 uploads a day. It'll be part 1, part 2, until I figure out where to go next, like with how I edit and film, and because I still ramble on a lot during those segments. But anyhow, this is it for now. This is my morning ramble today. Had a good night. Just, yeah, was a rocky start. We had a visitor here about what time was it? About 9:30 we had someone show up here, drive right up to the car, but the thing is you can't see this car until you're on top of it, because it's quite camouflaged with the colour of the hill, plus I've tucked it right up against the hill in between this rock, so they probably thought they were coming down here for a nice night, just chilling, looking at the beach or whatever, and yeah, they came across a wild Campbell, and they took off pretty quick. Um, I did have bad headaches from about 6 o'clock. About 6 o'clock, I had headaches in the afternoon. Got worse by about 9 o'clock. Probably 8, they were really bad. So I tried to shut my eyes and have a nap. About 9 o'clock, hold up, I'm just going to turn this heater off. Yeah, about 9 o'clock I probably fell asleep, and I woke up about 9:30, having an anxiety attack, which isn't uncommon for me, but yeah, it was a good one. Heart racing and all that stuff, and all the impending doom shit, and luckily I didn't really buy into it. I just thought to myself, cool, I'm safe, there's nothing going on, I'm safe, there's no one around. You're like in the perfect place. If you're having a panic attack, you're kind of in the perfect place. It's peaceful. It's warm in the car. If you need fresh air, you get the freshest air outside. So I popped the door open, and yeah, as soon as the fresh air hit me, instant relief. I mean, I laid back down in the car, and things kind of just, you know how it goes. Well, if you do know, if you don't know, I'll let you know. But it comes in waves, so you get the initial adrenaline going through your veins, and it makes you feel a bit sick. Makes you feel very anxious and worried. It's pretty much your flight or fight response kicking in. So when that happens, you're either ready to fight or you're ready to fly. Flight to get the heck out of there. But I've experienced this for a long time now, and for me, I just ride through it. So it comes in waves, kind of like you might settle yourself back down, and then the adrenaline comes back through. It's not as strong as the first time, but sometimes it can trick you into thinking like, oh, I survived, like, oh, it was just a panic attack, and then the second one comes along and you're like, oh shit, no, something's definitely wrong. It's just the same, you're in the same thing. But so yeah, I went through about 3 or 4 waves, felt a bit sick for about, I don't know, an hour or so. Finally came to that place of peacefulness again, and yeah, must have gone to sleep. So yeah, just one of those nights. Like, I'm not complaining at all. I mean, I did, like when it's happening, you think to yourself, oh shit, I'm a long way away from everyone, but like, am I having a heart attack? Am I dying of AIDS or something? Like, I don't know, you just start to think all these weird things, and just stuff that's really not happening, but it really feels like you're dying. But yeah, thankfully, I was able to just tell myself, like, bro, you can either have your panic attack out here in peace and deal with it, or you can drive back to town panicking, worrying. It'll be a very dangerous drive, first of all, and a very long drive at that. And I think when you start to buy into the panic attack, you just get worse and worse and worse. So it'll be a fucking shitter of a drive for an hour. But I've done worse, freaking out, driving around like a muppet, trying to get to hospitals, and doctors and stuff, and when you should have just sat down and when I should have just sat down and just rode the wave. But yeah, I think you learn that after a while. You just ride the wave, let it happen. If you have to give someone a call, sometimes I call my sister and tell her like, "Hey, look, I'm having a panic attack," and I'll wake her up in the night. She'll answer. She'll be a bit pissed off at first because you've woke her up, but as soon as I mention panic attack, she will say, "Oh, okay," and then I think she puts it on speaker, and then just we're like, "Oh man, I'm not feeling good." She'll just be talking you through it like, "It's all right, man. You're all good. This happens all the time." So I'm lucky I've got her I can call. Yeah, and I've got an ex-partner that knows of how I go sometimes, and sometimes I'll call her or message her and say, "Oh, I'm having a panic attack," and she might ring me and say, "Hey, it's all right, man. Just relax." So I'm really lucky that I've got people I can call that understand what it is. But yeah, so yeah, having those even little things like that are just like um, so lucky to have people that love me like that and love want to don't want me to feel bad, so they hang around and talk to me on the phone. Um, and I have friends that can call me doing the same thing. And I do pick up if you ring at 3 in the morning. I pick up. I always pick up. I'm a light sleeper, so if you call me, I'll probably pick up. Um, and I've had friends calling me, or one particular friend call me. She was parked in a national reserve at 3. Oh no, it would have been about 1 a.m. She called. She was having a major panic attack. She sounded all right on the phone, but I think for her to call me at that time, she must have been not well. Um, and she was sick as well. She had a really sore stomach. Um, and she was in the National Reserve Park, and a lot of those parks they shut the gate behind you for overnight. So if you're staying overnight, you'll set yourself up, and then there's like an electronic gate, and it'll shut at like, I don't know, 11, maybe 12 o'clock, and it doesn't open again till 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning or something. I'm not exactly sure of the times, but so essentially she was stuck in there having a panic attack, wanting to leave. Um, so I had to call. Oh, and she had data but no phone reception or no phone calls or something like that. So she called me off her data, and then asked me to call. She called me on an app, then asked me to call the DOC, Department of Conservation, to ask them to pop the gate open, and I did that for her, and it took like about a good half an hour. So yeah, by the time the gate opened, it was a half an hour later. Yeah, they must just push a button somewhere and it opens. Like, yeah, pretty cool system really. But yeah, just be mindful of people ringing you at stupid times, or you might even have one of those alcoholic friends that smokes bloody pee all night or meth all night, and they call you at stupid o'clock all the time. But I mean, what the good thing to do is just pick up. If they're just wanting to talk rubbish, just hang up. And hang up on them. But if you pick up and they are in trouble, at least you're able to do something for them. Like, so I always pick up, and if it's just a drunk friend, say, "Oh, hey," sometimes I'll even talk to them, but A lot of the time I'll just be like, man, I'm sleeping, and if they carry on, I just hang up. But you know, you never know. So I'd hate to miss a phone call and yeah, and then wake up and think, oh shit, I I got called by them last night. I should have picked up. Like, but anyway, um, yeah. So after all that fiasco, I had a rather good sleep. Woke up with headaches. It's no big deal. I let the dogs out last night and captured some pretty cool footage. Just well, actually, I witnessed some cool stuff. Like the sky was amazing out here. There's no light pollution or anything. So, bit of a bummer because my camera's pretty rubbish. I did take about the only thing you guys can see is the moon, but you've probably seen the moon, full moon before. It's not like the end of the world. It's not like anything spectacular at all. Also, yeah, I've just remembered I've got a frickin' cold plunge that I've got to do this morning, and it's frickin' freezing. But I'm actually happy because I don't have to do it in the salt water. I can do it in the river, which is there, because it's a lot cleaner and not salty. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's a real bonus. I might even take some soap with me and have a soap up and clean my ass. Nah. There is a public toilet here as well, and there is a shower which is cold, I'm guessing. So yeah, essentially everything's out here you need. There wasn't a soul out here, so I'm very lucky. Anyhow, that's my morning ramble with Mr. Campbell. Tori's doing awesome. She's just such a trooper. She's a mongrel dog, man. She's so tough. Such a good girl. A girl. Such a mongrel. And Bucky's doing good. He's just a plonker. But yeah, thanks for watching this morning. But yeah, I'll be from now on. I'll be uploading a morning ramble and two parts. Pretty much the morning part, and then the afternoon part. Just in segments. So anyhow, have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, depending on where you are. And cheer. I'm gonna get ready for the day.